From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
All right, it's time for the weekend, and as Craig was just mentioning, Tulsa State Fair winding down here shortly. I want to point out, though, how this moisture coming out of West Texas going into New Mexico is going northwest, and it's like, how does that happen? Because usually it comes from the southwest, moves northeast, but you see some of that wrapping up and coming around. So the atmosphere is really weird. And then you see this blue stuff up there. Those are freeze warnings in the dark blue. The gray is frost advisories making it all the way into northeastern Kansas near Kansas City. And then we have frost advisories down to Springfield. So you can tell fall is trying to inch into our area. We did end up with some rain. That was good in southwest Oklahoma, not much, but we ended up with some. So we'll take that. It was rainy and cold kind of all day, 50s to 60 during the course of the day. So they really didn't have a warm day by any stretch of the imagination. The high school football games tonight were pretty chilly out there. Of course, we've shown you the drought. It is horrible here in eastern Oklahoma. We have this little pocket that is only severe drought. It's like, wow. And western parts of the state have not quite as much red and dark red, but you get the general idea. The last 4 months, Tulsa has had rain some, and it's always going to be drier in August, and then we should pick up a lot. The green is where we normally would be when we average things out, and a lot of folks didn't pick this up at all from to the north or to the south. And here's what's sad or not good as I extend the forecast out. Normally we don't have much additional rain. It really drops off because we get to cold, dry air, and that cold, dry air doesn't hold a lot of moisture. So normally we don't have a real good outlook. The best thing in the outlook is the fact that the State Fair has been awesome and 60 degrees right now. Goosebump weather, north wind at 14. We have some gusts to 24. That'll put some big goosebumps on you. 35% humidity right now. We're also talking about the metro area, very chilly in the 50s. We're down to 52 now in Claremore. We're anticipating we will drop down in the 40s as we get on into the morning hours. Winds will die down a little bit in the morning, but it's still going to be a cold start. We'll have partly cloudy skies in the morning. A few sprinkles still possible from Oklahoma City, Norman areas to the south and west. We'll be in the upper 60s to low 70s in the afternoon. A very pleasant, beautiful fall day. Pumpkin patch weather, there's so many things to do. And then we're looking at early Sunday, upper 40s to low 50s, just a degree or two warmer. But during the afternoon, a south wind. And we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s, maybe 80 for you guys southeast. And then as we look into Monday, it's even warmer. It's like, what happened to my fall? Well, it's not here yet. Temperatures will be in the low 80s. We do have a slight chance of showers on Monday, especially northwest of Tulsa. And just a very slight chance of a shower, a thunder shower on Tuesday, and 80s. And you're like, okay, that's not fall. Well, we got to wait a little while longer. And unfortunately, not a ton of rain. But if you're northwest of Tulsa, you do have a slightly better chance based on some of the new data I'm seeing tonight. So that's good news. And our odds of precipitation are going to be the highest around Tuesday into Wednesday. Cold front will shut us down as we go back to drier air, but there's at least a few opportunities. That cold front will be knocking temperatures down too and knocking out our chance of rain on Thursday and Friday. And of course, it's going to be cool. It is going to be chilly at times across the areas to the east and northeast, and some of that cold air is going to be wrapped around. It's going to take a while. So here's the way the forecast looks then. We're talking about 48, and it should be a very crisp start in the morning. By the time we get to noon, we're in the 60s. Still kind of goosebumpy, and then during the afternoon we could top out around 71. Most of us will spend most of the time in the upper 60s. So we'll say 71 for the high briefly, but 60s most of the day. And warms back up. There's that slight chance of showers, and there could be a little rumble of thunder as we get into Tuesday and into Wednesday. And if you missed it as well, the OU game, the rivalry game, should be 72 at kickoff, so the weather should be ideal for that down in Dallas. And I do believe OSU will be in the 60s most of the afternoon for the kickoff for that. So just got to be aware of that. Maybe a sprinkle, and that's